I believe that educational and psychological theories play a very important role in the balanced classroom. With the high demands of teaching, it would be wasteful to not evaluate and incorporate theories into how you handle students. These theorists spent years evaluating how humans work, and factoring in this knowledge is important. To me, it is like a giant melting pot that all of the theorists and theories go into, and what comes out is a hybrid plan for addressing human nature in our classroom. This is just a short look at some of these theorists and what they believe in. Our first theorist is Lev Vygotsky. He was a major spokesperson for sociocultural theory and produced over 100 books and articles in his 38 years of life. He believed that people's specific mental structures and processes can be traced to our interactions with others. Vygotsky conceptualized development as the transformation of socially shared activities into internal processes. He believed in higher mental processes such as problem solving, which plays an important role in cognitive development. Albert Bandura is best known for his social learning theory and his social cognitive theory. Using a doll he termed a Bobo doll, he was able to prove that the need for affection outweighs the pain that may be involved in achieving a need. Social learning theory has three controlling factors. The first is the antecedent has a direct correlation to components of the behavior. Secondly, whatever the reinforcement is given after a behavior has occurred will have an effect on whether that behavior is repeated or not. The third is that memory and cognition play a large part in social learning. The social cognitive theory focuses on modeling. This theory believes that people do not learn only by trial and error, but they learn by observing other people and situations, such as modeling. While I agree with this thought, I believe that there is a large part of learning that needs to be through experimentation, practice, and trial and error. Russian-born Bram Brandfenner moved to the United States when he was 6 and eventually completed a double major in psychology and music at Cornell, and then continued to earn his PhD. He founded the Head Start program for early childhood and is most widely known for his theory of social context for development. Erik Erikson is best known for his theory of psychosocial development. He believes that people enter psychological crises at different ages of their lives. His first stage is trust and mistrust. That appears in infancy, which goes from 0 to 1.5. His second stage is autonomy versus shame, found in early childhood, ages 1.5 to 3. The third stage is initiative versus guilt, and that's found at the play age, ages 3 to 5. Stage 4 is industry versus inferiority, which is found in school-age children, age 5 to 12. Stage 5 looks at ego identity versus role confusion, found most often in adolescents, age 12 to 18. Stage 6, intimacy and isolation, is found in young adults, age 18 to 40. Stage 7, generativity and stagnation, can be seen in adulthood, ages 40 to 65. The last stage is stage 8, ego integration versus despair. That happens in maturity, 65 and over. He believed his successful completion of each stage resulted in developmental growth and a progression to the next stage. If a person fails to conquer this stage, further stages may not be able to be completed. Lawrence Kohlberg is known for his stages of moral development theory. Born from the beliefs of Jean Piaget, this theory believes in scaffolding, in that each stage builds on the last in looking at moral development. There are 6 stages that are broken down into 3 levels. Pre-conventional mortality, which is stages 1 and 2, conventional mortality, stages 3 and 4, and post-conventional mortality, stages 5 and 6. He focused strongly on how people handle their decisions and justify their personal behavior. Last but not least, we find Jean Piaget. He was a very advanced student in his teens and eventually developed intelligence tests for children. Much of his research focused on reasons the children gave for their wrong answers. He created a model describing how humans make sense of their world. which is called the cognitive development theory. He identified 4 factors that interact to influence changes in thinking. These are biological maturation, activity, social experiences, and equilibration. His theory are based off of 4 stages of cognitive development: sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. The value of studying theorists to incorporate into a classroom model is that these theorists have devoted their lives to thoroughly researching human nature and cognition. They have looked at many variables and have come to conclusions that we can only benefit from listening to, and by using their wisdom to teach our students to the best of our ability. Using their theories, we are able to truly diversify our classrooms.